Hello everyone and welcome back to Hills and Hollers Homesteading and Prepping. Mike again here, and it's another car session. So, been busy here the last few days. The pemmican is finally, I got it all dried up. If you looked at the last couple videos, so the pemmican is finally done, as in dried. I've got it stored so I can get it in the food processor and get it into a powder form, and then we'll get it formed and everything like that, and I'll do a video on that probably this weekend. It's just the evenings after work here, we've been kind of busy the last few days, so we haven't got up to finish that. But a lot of changes coming this year here at the homestead, what we're looking to do and everything. And I was just recently in contact with the NRC division of the USDA. I think it's Natural Resources Conservation, stuff like that. And they have a lot of programs for people who own land and stuff, and with what we're going to be doing with animals this year, hopefully. And if you hear this in the background, it's especially windy today. What we're going to do is look at maybe possibly getting another pond or two on the property for water storage for animals, farm animals and stuff, or even there's a spring that's already piped but it hasn't worked in a few years. They may end up re-drilling that to get it back up and running again. And this is all stuff it's under like USDA and all the other grants and programs and stuff, so it's really good. So we're looking at that next week. They're coming out and we're going to walk around some of the property and stuff and look at a few things and start planning that for the future. So, you know, our goal at this point, regardless of what you think or how things appear to you, from my perspective, from everything that I see in things that we read about now, I just, honest to goodness, I don't see things improving in the near future. And near future meaning next 2 or 3 years. I think what we're going to continue to face is just, regardless of who gets elected in the midterms or what, you know, my thoughts on this are, and not to dive into politics, you know, the damage is done. The damage is done, and things are not going to improve anytime soon, because there's a lot that needs to be done, and you're talking probably a couple decades to even recover from a lot of this. And just look at the financial aspect of things, and you know, there's calling now, there's a lot of market analysts and stuff like that, they're saying we're looking at like a 60% market correction, or upwards of a 60% market correction. So we'll go from a bull market to a bear market, and you know, that's going to wipe a lot of people out. It's going to wipe a lot of retirements out and stuff. So, you know, our focus now, and I said this in previous videos, but I'm going to kind of reiterate this now and tell you that we're going full bore for looking at getting as self-sufficient and self-reliant as we can this year. You know, with the time that we have, weather has actually gotten a little better here, and I look at the next couple months forecast and stuff, and we're probably looking at 50s, about the average, coming up here in the next few weeks, and then into March and everything in April. That doesn't mean anything in West Virginia. You guys know we can have a blizzard at the end of April or even before Memorial Day weekend. So, but it looks like weather's going to be pretty tolerable. And as far as the snow goes, I'm done with it. You know, it can stay away. But it'll definitely be cold in the 20s and stuff at night, 20s and 30s, but it'll warm up to the high 40s to 50s, even 60s here through the day coming up. But that's, of course, looking at the long range forecast. So, you know, we're really going to put our effort into getting things built up on the homestead and everything like that, so we can get and become even more self-sufficient this year and have that focus and work towards that as much as we can. So there's some work ahead of me here. I got some equipment I need to repair. I definitely want to get the dozer back up and running and everything, and I've got fence to build and a lot of hand clearing and stuff in some areas and everything to get that fence in, just mainly to get the pigs in. That's going to be my first focus right there, is to try to get the lots separated off, the paddocks separated off for the pigs. And I've thought 100 different ways of how I can do this and how I was going to do it. And there's actually an old road, like an old four-wheeler road, that goes right down through the middle of it, and it separates those two lots. And I thought, well, that's pretty simple right there's my answer to my you know, my idea, my design idea, how I was going to do it. So that just, I think I was probably overthinking it a lot, and I tend to do that sometimes. But then after that's done and we can get that established, then we'll start looking at the other fencing and stuff like that for hopefully sheep. The West Virginia DEP is supposedly going to be coming into the part of our property that was reclaimed mine land, and they're going to hopefully get started on reclaiming, or not so much reclaiming, but redoing a lot of that, because the original system that they put in back in 1997, after they reclaimed that mine land to kind of treat that mine water and stuff that comes out of there, you know, it was state of the art at that time, and now it doesn't work anymore. It's pretty much useless. So a lot of it's gone. They're just going to remove some of the ponds and stuff like that collects that water and filters it out, and just eliminate those ponds. It's going to run straight out now, because the water quality testing shows really no difference from what's coming out of the side of the hill to what's in the creek even before the mine drainage. So it's pretty safe to just pretty much pop it right back into the tributary down there without even having to treat it. And they have done extensive water testing. They've done over a year's worth of water testing. So, you know, I'm fairly happy with that, because that water ends up in our drinking water somewhere along the line anyways. So I'm cool with it anyways. So we got that to look forward to. So it's going to be a busy year this year. And like I said, I've told you guys from the very beginning, I'm not going to fear monger. I'm not going to, you know, be an end of the world, you know, type of thing here. And we're not. But like I said, the damage is done. And whatever end of the political spectrum that you're on, I really don't care, because, you know, I think I'm pretty much done with both sides. You know, look at our healthcare right now, with the pandemic and the mishandling of the pandemic from both parties, and with everything going on now, they're even wanting to, the Congress is wanting to put a cap on travel nursing salaries. So yeah, but nobody puts a cap on their salaries. You see how that goes? So, you know, they're shooting themselves in the foot, and they're going to shoot Americans in the feet, because that's going to take away, people are going to walk away from healthcare even more so than what they already are. So, you know, along with that, and they're just freely printing money left and right, and everything else that they're doing to screw things up. Like I said, I'm not optimistic at this point. You know, I'm not a glass half full or glass half empty kind of guy. I want to know what's in the glass. And right now, I think somebody done took a dump in that half full or half empty glass, however you want to look at it. And I think we can blame that right on the D's and the R's right there, guys. So maybe one day we'll wise up. But until then, I think we have to look out for ourselves and look out for our own, and work harder to do that. So again, I'm always going to emphasize, you guys have to start. You should have started yesterday. If you've not started yet, you should have started yesterday. And you're kind of late coming into the game now. So do as much as you can this year to improve your self-sufficiency and your self-reliance. If you have the ability to do some gardening, some raised beds, or even container growing, you can grow potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket. Now, come on. So, you know, let's get on this, guys. Let's take care of ourselves. There's a lot of reports, again, coming in of empty store shelves in areas that should be fairly well stocked. And, you know, there's videos and pictures coming in that, you know, they're showing, you know, that they're getting empty again. And, you know, it's not a fear-mongering technique or anything like that. It's just, it's truth. It's reality there. And, you know, so shipping is affected. The Canadian truckers are in their protest right now, and God bless them, and stay strong, guys, man. Stick up, stick with it, man. Stick to your guns. And we're seeing just all kinds of mess. And then you got war looming, you know, with Ukraine and Russia and everything like that. And you know, whatever your thoughts are on that, I think we ought to just mind our own damn business anymore, because we got our own problems right here in our own nation, and we've got unsecured borders. So, you know, the American people aren't, we're not being done any favors by anybody at this point. So all I'm going to continue to tell you is start looking out for yourselves more, take care of your own more, and just be ready, because like I said before, I want you to prep like nobody's coming, because at this point, if the crap does hit the fan, I don't think anybody is going to be coming. Probably nobody we want to come and offer their assistance or intervention at all. So not to make this a doomy gloomy type of thing or a fear-mongering type of thing, but folks, optimism's out the window at this point. Like I said, what's in the glass is more important than whether it's half empty or half full now. So, you know, reorganize yourself, reorganize your plans, review where you're at, plan ahead, double down on what you'd already figured up for yourselves, and more is better. 2 is 1, 1 is none. So get after it, folks. In the meantime, take care. God bless. Keep prepping. And leave us a thumbs up. Leave us a like here on the channel. Give me a comment. Tell me what you guys' thoughts are on this kind of stuff. Tell me what you see going on and what your thoughts are on it. And We'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, folks.